PM Modi urges politicians to uphold democracy and embrace humanity first. President Ali calls for stricter road safety measures amid growing number of road fatalities. And second India-Caricom summit discussed trade, healthcare, technology and climate resilience. Those are our major headlines. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Thursday, November 21, 2024 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Here's what you need to know this evening. In a historic address to the National Assembly on Thursday, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged both government and opposition to uphold the pillars of democracy and humanity. Antonio Day was at the 87th sitting of the National Assembly and filed this report.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during his inaugural address to the National Assembly on Thursday, said that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the economies of many countries were destabilized and severely impacted. It was through these unforeseen circumstances that developing and developed nations realized the importance of universal cooperation, Modi remarked. He implored on the government, opposition and the world at large to uphold the pillars of democracy and put humanity first in times of difficulty.
In these circumstances, the best motto the world can follow today to move forward is democracy first, humanity first.
The Indian politician expounded that the mantra democracy first, humanity first teaches the methods of synergism and universal development. He noted that the countries cannot progress in silos, as developed states must work with developing states to become developed.
We must take everyone along and in doing so become a partner in everyone's development. When we make humanity first the basis of our decisions, the results we obtain are always in the interest of mankind.
Prime Minister Modi posited that many countries are resources equipped, but their population suffers, all because the mantra of human resource building is not practiced or is deemed insignificant.
To build an inclusive society, there is no better system than democracy.
Irrespective of race, religion, or creed, a true democracy offers protection and respects the rights of citizens, Prime Minister Modi expressed.
Human-centric approach teaches us that every country is equally important and that the citizens of each country are equally important.
He recalled that during the COVID-19 pandemic, which was a global emergency, India aided over 150 countries with vaccines. This, he stressed, is a key example of how many countries that are better off economically must support other countries in a time of a crisis. Antonio De reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
President Irfan Ali has issued a stern warning to reckless drivers following a series of deadly accidents. The president has since urged the Guyana police force to intensify enforcement of traffic laws and hold reckless drivers accountable. More from Caris Gonzalez.
During a live broadcast on Thursday with top officials in the Guyana Police Force and Attorney General Anil Nanlal, President Irfan Ali reiterated his firm stance against reckless driving, particularly by truck drivers. Following a recent fatal accident, he stressed the need for stronger enforcement of traffic laws to prevent further loss of lives. Furthermore, President Ali called on Acting Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken to ensure the traffic chief and his team are effectively enforcing road safety regulations.
We cannot continue to have this type of indiscipline on our roadways, especially with the trucks and truck drivers.
The head of state emphasized the importance of holding truck drivers accountable for their actions and has since directed Attorney General Nanlal to review existing laws to identify potential gaps. Moreover, he expressed disappointment over the low number of license suspensions for traffic violators, describing the current situation as unacceptable. He urged the Guyana Police Force to fully enforce laws that allow for license suspensions with a focus on those who repeatedly break the law.
With all the speeding that is taking place on our roadways, only 18 suspensions this year does not speak to the magnitude of the issue.
The president also called for increased use of body cameras by police officers alongside enhanced CCTV surveillance to help improve road safety and accountability. He proposed harsher penalties for those who are found violating traffic regulations. Additionally, Acting Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken assured that all mechanisms will be put in place to reduce the road carnage, and errant truck drivers will be dealt with accordingly, especially those who have been driving in excess of 100 kilometers per hour on the Eries Highway.
We're going to be coming after you. We're going to be putting you in order. And in fact, we're going to have retraining. We're going to have it redone.
However, just recently, 42-year-old electrical contractor Calvin Smart lost his life while jogging along Sheriff Street after two sand trucks collided. The two truck drivers involved in the fatal Sheriff Street accident have been identified as 28-year-old Dental Webb from Belfield, East Coast Demerara, and 26-year-old Emmanuel Henry from Lusignan, East Coast Demerara. According to a police statement, the injured drivers were served with notices of prosecution. One of the drivers has been discharged from the hospital, while the other remains in critical condition. I am Carice Gonzalez reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Meanwhile, following a stern warning issued by President Irfan Ali on Thursday to reckless drivers, a team led by the traffic chief visited the Betafawakting Station District to address traffic enforcement. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Senior Superintendent of Police and Traffic Chief Mahindra Singh led a team to the Betafawakting Station District on Thursday afternoon, where it was emphasized that the importance of lawful conduct by drivers and adherence to traffic regulations. Singh explained that the enforcement efforts aim to ensure road safety and compliance with the laws governing the country's roadways.
So what we're actually doing is focusing more on one, maintenance issues reference a motor lorry, two, speeding reference the operation of a motor lorry by a driver, and more importantly as well, the parking of load or storage of load on a lorry.
He highlighted a specific focus to addressing issues with certain classes of motor vehicles and the behavior of drivers.
And this helps now to one, ensure that there is better use of the road, there is safer use of the road. So along the East Coast, we have started here first with this specific focus.
Meanwhile, Assistant Superintendent Harry, the officer in charge of traffic for Regional Division 4C, reported that over 50 lorry drivers were arrested on Thursday afternoon for various offenses during the initial enforcement exercise.
We intend to continue this exercise on a daily basis until we get all the drivers to do the right thing.
Sergeant Charles, who was in charge of the traffic department at the Betafawakting Police Station, stated that the operation targeted motor lorries due to a spate of accidents involving these vehicles failing to comply with traffic rules.
And it will be continuous, so we urge drivers to stay focused and remember the Team for Road Safety 2024-2025, do the right thing.
During a live broadcast on Thursday with top officials from the Guyana Police Force and Attorney General Anil Nandlal, President Irfan Ali reiterated his firm stance against reckless driving, especially by truck drivers. He emphasized the importance of stricter enforcement of traffic laws to prevent further loss of life, especially in light of a recent fatal accident. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Pride is here. It's plain to see. Use safe in supports. It's guaranteed. Lucky dollar rated shack and optical too. Black Friday sale can make your dreams come true. Discounts galore and deals all around. November 22nd, up to 90% off. Tell me now, baby, how does that sound? Black Friday sale is
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting's and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and key.
You don't leave anything to chance. Every day you click it, lock it, and mask up. Now press, rub, and wash with Sterling Super Soap. Our antibacterial formula eliminates 99.9% of all germs and bacteria. Clean and moisturize your hands with 4 refreshing and rejuvenating fragrances. Get super clean with Sterling Super Soap.
In a competitive world, it's your branding that sets you apart. It's the symbol of your company. Make it exclusive and distinct. Modern Graphics creates expertly designed signs to bring your company's look to life. Made with premium quality and modern production processes, our signage identifies your business and extends your brand's image, delivering innovativeness and reliability. And we've got you covered from concept to installation. Your message deserves to stand out. Let's make it happen together. Visit us today at 6 Corbane Park, Annandale. Telephone 220-1977 or like us on Facebook. Modern Graphics, the new dimension in...
Members of Parliament Christopher Jones and Tabitha Sarabo-Haley will appeal a High Court ruling that dismissed a challenge seeking to declare Vice President Barrett Jagdeo's parliamentary seat vacant due to his prolonged absences from the National Assembly. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
On Wednesday, Justice Nareshwar Harnanan upheld a jurisdictional objection made by Vice President Barrett Jagdeo, arguing that the High Court lacks authority to hear the case brought by opposition members of Parliament Christopher Jones and Tabitha Sarabo-Haley, seeking to have a seat declared vacant due to absence from parliamentary sit-ins. As a consequence, the court dismissed the case filed by Jones and Sarabo-Haley and granted costs in the sum of $250,000 to each respondent, namely the Attorney General of Guyana, the Speaker of the National Assembly, and Vice President Barrett Jagdeo. This newscast on Thursday spoke with Senior Counsel Roy Steele Ford, who noted that he is currently reviewing the ruling and will proceed with an appeal following discussions with his clients, since he believed that the court erred in its ruling.
It does not reflect the true interpretation of the law and the principles to be applied. I have advised my clients, Mr. Christopher Jones and Mr. Sarabo, that they need to file an appeal.
Once the review is completed, the appeal will likely be filed.
But certainly, once they would have advised me, we will certainly proceed expeditiously to file an appeal.
The Attorney General and Speaker of the National Assembly supported Vice President Jagdeo's argument, stating that a parliamentary absence fall under the internal jurisdiction of Parliament. They argued that under the doctrine of parliamentary sovereignty, such matters are for Parliament to decide. Justice Hardinan affirmed that Parliament must maintain functional independence and the freedom to govern its internal affairs. Jones and Sir Robert Halley alleged that Vice President Jack Dale was absent from 11 consecutive sittings over 2 months, in violation of Articles 56 and 156 of the Constitution and Standing Order 106, Chapter 2. They argued this absence automatically vacates its seat and disqualifies him from continuing as a member of Parliament or Vice President. Tianako reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
You need to know that the University of Guyana's Institute of Research, Innovation and Entrepreneurship is driving change in Mocha Village through its Sustainable Agriculture Project. This initiative, according to the university, empowers young farmers with modern farming techniques, mentorship and entrepreneurial training. A key goal is the establishment of a processing facility to add value to local crops and revolutionize farming in the region. The university says it is committed to ensuring the long-term success of the project and is now focused on securing funding for the next phase, which includes expanding the program's reach and continuing to provide training resources and opportunities for farmers and aspiring agriculturists throughout Guyana. Mr. Brutus is in deep trouble. That's the response from the country's sitting vice president in response to a $400 million lawsuit filed by the embattled cop.
2 days after embattled Assistant Commissioner of Police Calvin Brutus filed a $400 million lawsuit against the Attorney General of Guyana and several senior officers of the Guyana Police Force, General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Civic Barrett Jagdeo, has sounded the alarm on the case.
Brutus is in deep trouble. I think Brutus is clever at building smoke screens.
Asked specifically on Mr. Brutus's call for an independent criminal investigation to be conducted into the actions of named defendants in his court action, Mr. Jagdeo believes that Mr. Brutus was asleep at the wheel.
He knew about all of this big upright officer. Why did you wait until you got 240 charges to call for an inquiry now? You knew about all this wrongdoing all along. Why didn't you tell the president or the commissioner of police, we have all of this wrongdoing going on now. I'm a big upright officer.
Mr. Brutus claims that several senior officers have wrongfully exercised their lawful authority and says that he would subject himself to a polygraph test.
Still, it's all going to play out in court, and he'd have his day in court to justify how somebody could get, how many million in your account? 500 or 800 or something, 500 million in your account. I see the people who went to his wedding. Thank God I didn't go. I think I received an invitation too, or else I would have been part of the lawsuit.
The Assistant Commissioner of Police is facing over 200 charges relative to financial crimes after an investigation by the Special Organized Crime Unit. He's released on more than $16 million bail. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Tropic Construction Solutions, we pride ourselves on being one of the leading distributors of high-quality woven and non-woven geotextile fabric, geotextile tubes, and geogrids for over 15 years in Guyana. We supply reflective vests, sleeves, quality hard hats, and more for your construction needs. We are located in number 2 Village, East Coast Berbice, 1 minute from Palmyra. Our distribution mechanism enables us to offer delivery across the city of Georgetown. Contact us at +5926 284 077 or visit our website at www.tcsg.
Is here. It's plain to see. Use savings supports. It's guaranteed. Lucky dollar rated shack and optical too. Black Friday sale can make your dreams come true. Discounts galore and deals all around. November 22nd, up to 90% off. Tell me now, baby, how does that sound? Black Friday sale is on.
HGP is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. It is the civic duty and legal responsibility of all persons who meet the eligibility requirements to apply for registration. By doing so, you will be ensuring that you are issued a national identification card and be included in the official lists of electors for future elections, providing you meet all eligibility criteria. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact the GCOM on 225-027729 or visit the website www.gcom.org.gy.
You're watching the HGP Nightly News. General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic Barra Jagdeo has chided the opposition for what he calls attempts to dissuade citizens from receiving the $100,000 cash grant promised by the government. Here's Antonio Day with more.
The People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, in a statement, said that based on information relayed to them, persons are being asked where they voted during the 2020 general and regional elections, a photograph of themselves and a scan of the QR code on their identification cards. The party in a statement yesterday said, and I quote, "We find it very unusual. This is very concerning when it is noted that for the same payment of the cash grant, MPs are asked merely to give their ID number." End of quote. Continuing, the actions of the government are questionable and appear to be a case in which the People's Progressive Party Civic is using the distribution of the cash grant as the opportunity to obtain information on Guyanese to be used for rigging the 2025 general and regional elections and their usual corruption. The statement read, "The opposition called on all Guyanese to only provide their ID number since nothing else is necessary to access the cash grant." On Thursday, PPPC's General Secretary Barra Jagdeo debunked claims made by the PNCR.
They're trying to now dissuade people from collecting the cash grant or causing doubts in their minds, because they know they never gave anyone anything in the 5 years.
Mr. Jagdeo clarified that the cash grant initiative is designed to bring financial relief to every Guyanese citizen aged 18 and older, regardless of political affiliation. According to him, the information the opposition claims the government is soliciting is already in the database of the Guyana Elections Commission, known as GCOM.
Every bit of information that we collect here is already on GCOM official list of electors up to June.
He accused the opposition of attempting to undermine a program which will benefit all Guyanese. The Working People's Alliance WPA also in a release said that several public servants have contacted the party expressing concerns that they are being forced to submit pictures of their identification cards taken by the personnel doing the distribution. And I quote, "They are also asked to say where they voted at the last election. Those who have refused to follow these instructions are being told that they will be denied the handout." End of quote. This was Jagdeo's response.
This is how APNU distorts everything, and it's all every night. All the defunct parties, the WPA, every one of them.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Antonio. The second India-Caricom summit got underway at the Marriott Hotel on Wednesday, underscoring the growing partnership between India and the Caribbean, with leaders from both regions engaging in meaningful discussions aimed at enhancing cooperation across sectors such as trade, healthcare, technology, and climate resilience. Caris Gonzalez will tell you more.
Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell, who also serves as the chairman of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, highlighted the significance of the second India-Caricom summit held on Wednesday at the Marriott Hotel in Kingston. He noted that the event provided a valuable and timely platform for regional leaders to engage in open and constructive dialogue aimed at fostering mutual benefits for both parties.
This historic summit is taking place against the backdrop of rapid developments regionally, hemispherically, and globally. The multifaceted and protracted crisis in Haiti, the existential threat we face from climate change, the post-COVID-19 economic recovery challenges.
Since the first CARICOM India Summit in September 2019, the relationship between India and the Caribbean continues to grow, driven by a shared commitment to partnerships. The collaboration spans diverse sectors such as trade, education, technology, healthcare, and climate resilience, all contributing to the ongoing sustainable development of both regions. Furthermore, Prime Minister Mitchell also expressed gratitude on behalf of CARICOM member states for India's generous donation of COVID-19 vaccines during the height of the pandemic, emphasizing the importance of this assistance in the region's public health efforts.
We remain convinced more than ever that closer linkages between CARICOM and our trusted partner, India, are part of the very necessary medication and intervention needed by the Caribbean community to better equip it and its citizens to overcome our existing developmental challenges.
Meanwhile, CARICOM Secretary General Carla Burnett, in sharing similar sentiments, recognized the long-standing and robust ties between CARICOM and India. She acknowledged the deep diplomatic relations that have been nurtured over the past 30 years and the continued strengthening of their cooperation at both the bilateral and multilateral levels.
The community therefore commends and thanks India for its strong advocacy on issues that are important to our region. And India's presidency of the G20 in 2023 was testament to this commitment, with reform of the global financial architecture as a priority.
The second India-Caricom summit was co-chaired by Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, marking a significant moment of collaboration between the Caribbean and India. I am Caris Gonzalez reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for your regional news.
Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc. is a 100% owned Guyanese company that specializes in supporting the growing oil and gas industry in Guyana. We do this by providing procurement services, civil and engineering services, facilities maintenance, janitorial, equipment rental, and servicing. Phoenix offers a wide range of products such as HDP bottles, cotton rags, Turkish towels, as well as absorbent pads as well, which we supply to the oil and gas industry. We also do engineering, so this ranges from the design to the actual construction of the projects. Phoenix Oilfield Services and Engineering Inc. is a proud local support company for the oil and gas sector, providing excellence in every experience.
Ride is here, it's plain to see. Use savings supports, it's guaranteed. Lucky dollar rated shack and optical too. Black Friday sale can make your dreams come true. Discounts galore and deals all around. November 22nd, up to 90% off. Tell me now, baby, how does that sound? Black Friday sale is on.
The
Guyana Elections Commission GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31st, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Types of transactions. Anyone eligible for registration is required to visit the registration office responsible for his or her area of residence to apply for registration. Persons who are already registered could apply for a name change if they have changed their names since they were last registered. Apply for corrections if there is incorrect information on their national ID cards. Persons who are desirous of conducting any of the above transactions must provide the relevant supporting documents. Persons who are already registered could request that their photographs be retaken if the quality of the photographs on their ID cards is unacceptable. Collect their new ID cards if they have not done so as yet. This registration exercise will end on November 29th, 2024. For further information, please contact GCOM on the following hotline numbers: 225-02779, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Interested in honoring or paying tribute to a loved one, or just making a loved one feel special? HGP TV offers you all that and more. Air your birthday greetings, death announcements, and wedding anniversaries on HGP TV today. HGP TV offers affordable prices, convenience, and great services. Call us on 220-3660 or email us at sales@hgptv.com.
Good evening and welcome to Thursday's edition of the Regional News. Authorities have dealt a significant blow to an international drug trafficking operation, arresting 6 men and seizing nearly 1,000 pounds of marijuana during coordinated raids across multiple locations in the Dominican Republic. In a joint operation involving the National Drug Control Directorate, DNCD, and the Santiago Prosecutor's Office, law enforcement targeted a sophisticated drug network allegedly run by Dominican and Jamaican nationals. Investigators discovered 96 packages of marijuana totaling 989 pounds, carefully wrapped and hidden in a main room and bathroom. Additional evidence included a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, security cameras, and documentation. The suspects were immediately taken into custody. Investigators believe the network was responsible for smuggling large quantities of marijuana from Jamaica and distributing it across multiple northern provinces. The seized marijuana has been sent to the National Institute of Forensic Sciences for analysis, while the 6 suspects have all been transferred to the permanent care jurisdiction to face charges under Law 5088 governing drugs and controlled substances. The Brooklyn-based immigrant advocacy group Make the Road New York has called on New York Governor Kathy Hochul to denounce United States President-elect Donald Trump's plans to use military for mass deportations of Caribbean and other immigrants. Quote unquote, over and over again, Donald Trump has shown that his administration will make it a priority to cause devastating damage to immigrant communities. Tio Osharo, co-executive director of Make the Road New York, said on Monday, Trump confirmed that he plans to declare a national emergency and use the military to aid in mass deportations of undocumented Caribbean and other immigrants. Tom Fitton, leader of the conservative group Judicial Watch, said that Trump will declare a national emergency and will use military assets through a mass deportation program. The U.S. president-elect also said that deporting immigrants will be his top priority when he assumes the presidency on Inauguration Day on January 20, 2025. But the New York Immigration Coalition, NYIC, an umbrella policy and advocacy organization that represents over 200 immigrant and refugee rights groups throughout New York, is fighting back with allies in the Caribbean and other immigrant New Yorkers in standing up for immigration and against the imminent threat posed by the second Trump presidency and his proposed Project 2025 agenda. Trump has explicitly threatened to deploy local law enforcement to deport all undocumented immigrants in the United States. An estimated 11 million people, including around 4.5 million people residing in New York. And now for some international news. The International Court rejected challenges from Israel to its jurisdiction, announcing that it had issued warrants for both Netanyahu and Gallant, whom the Israeli Prime Minister fired just last month over the country's assault on the Gaza Strip. Israel responded furiously, with the country's president labeling its quote-unquote outrageous decision and a dark day for humanity. A senior Hamas official praised the court, saying that the warrants showed that, quote-unquote, international justice is with us. The news came as a death toll in the Palestinian enclave passed 44,000, including thousands of children, according to local officials. The ICC said the warrants were related to crimes against humanity and war crimes committed from October 8, 2023 until at least May 20, 2024, including the war crimes of starvation as a method of warfare and the crimes against humanity of murder, persecution, and other inhumane acts. It also said reasonable grounds were found to believe Netanyahu and Gallant bore criminal responsibility as civilian superiors for the war crimes of the internationally directing an attack against civilian population. The ICC said it further found that their conduct had hampered the ability of humanitarian organizations to provide food and other essentials items to those in desperate need in the enclave. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
PM Modi urges politicians to uphold democracy and embrace humanity first. President Ali calls for stricter road safety measures amid growing number of road fatalities. And second India-Caricom summit discussed trade, healthcare, technology, and climate resilience. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching.